This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Yeah, it's hard right now. It's tough. It sucks. You want to crawl in a hole and die. But this could be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Justin Burke.
And we actually take better care of her than our plants.
Oh, you're talking about Susan. You're back on that?
Yeah.
And Mitchell O'Brien.
I watered all of the plants. All of them.
It is the 8th of April, 2024. My name is Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Justin Burke.
What up?
Mitchell O'Brien.
Hey.
We did some work today, boys. Woo!
Yeah.
Ooh, we did some work today.
Hard work.
Yeah, we were out in what they call the Pines. And if you're not familiar with the Pines, here in Traverse City, many of the unhoused in Traverse City made their way to the Pines, and they camped there and they live there, even though some people in the city, they're like, you can't do that because it's illegal to camp in the city without a permit or something. And I'm just on the Human Rights Commission. I don't know. But I'm actually going to go there in like 30 minutes, but I'll ask them. But anyway, they don't have access to proper ways to dispose of their trash sometimes. And some people care, some people don't. There's criminals out there. There's people that are just hard on their luck out there. You know, it's a mixture. There's people who need mental health, serious like evaluation, like help. And there's people who need, and I say need because their life would be better if they maybe went to treatment. But You can't make people go to treatment. That you're just going to take beds from people who actually are trying their hardest to get clean and sober. So you can't just start throwing people in there, you know, because I've read people's stuff online, which is, it's sad and hilarious at the same time. And they're just like, well, why don't we just put all these people in treatment? Just because they have a drug problem doesn't mean they want to go to treatment. Some people are living their best life out there.
Right.
You know, like a pirate.
That's sad.
It is sad. And it makes me angry because I know what addiction's like. And I know if I have one drink today, I'm gone. There's no coming back. And that's why I don't take a drink today. But you get somebody out there and there's trickery, there's thievery. They're preying on people that are down on their luck, and they're giving them drugs and they're keeping them fed with this horrible lifestyle. And once you get into that mindset of no hope, it's hard to come back from that, man. And you add the drugs to it and everything else that's going on in this crazy world. It's just not fair to those people. So I'm not a big fan of that. And I think, you know, just get the criminals out of there. And if there's children living out there, we should probably, get them out of there.
Exactly.
I mean, there's, like I said, criminals out there.
There's no kids out there.
Yeah. There's no meth out there either. Yeah, there is. There's tons of it. And that's the problem I have with it. You know, we met a guy today and he seemed like a pretty good guy. He was yelling at me for taking pictures and stuff, which I posted a video of our excursion out there today. It's on our Facebook. It's on 217recovery.com. I don't have it on the app yet, but it's pretty much everywhere. You can kind of see what we did and what we're doing out there. And I didn't mean to make it look like we did all the work because we did barely any of it. But I wanted to tell the stories of the people who did. You know, the Traverse City QRT team, the Traverse City Police Department was out there, Catholic Human Services, Addiction Treatment Services, Safe Harbor, that's how you say it. Harbor. Goodwill Inn, they were out there. But like, I want to say like all these people that they just a bang up job, man. And they stepped up, and you have to realize that there are good people out there that just fall on hard times. And the guy we were talking to, he did not like people just throwing their trash everywhere. It pissed him off.
Yeah.
You know, and he was actually mad that I wasn't taking pictures of that. And he was like, you got to tell people what's going on out here. And I was like, I will. But my run-in with people out there is none of them want to talk, but he did. And I'm actually going to, maybe that'll be the start of my documentary about it. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to get with him and interview him and record him and stuff. And he had two crazy dogs. They were in heat.
Yep.
And the whole time trying to talk to him, it was like...
Just trying to hold their leashes as far as like away.
Yeah. And that dog was still trying to get at the other one because...
You know how it is.
And the female dog, she was in heat, he said, and she just kept throwing that ass in the other dog's face. And the other dog was like humping the ground. He's like, I got to get something.
It was like looking at us like, oh, like, you see what I deal with?
Yeah, this is horrible. Yeah, but we went out there and it was I don't want to say enlightening, but I mean,
It kind of was.
Was
I
it?
mean, in a way, because to actually see how our homeless live and everything else, that's enlightening, you know? I mean, most people wouldn't think about what would be out there, you know? And there's everything out there but a couch that I've seen.
yeah.
Or kitchen sink.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw a kitchen sink. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's tons of stuff out there and a lot of junk. A lot of when I flew the drone over, I did see a stroller, like, and that was in the back where that one guy was like, "Don't go past this because that's where the the real bad stuff happens out there. So don't go out there."
Yeah,
And
out
that's-
past the creek.
Yeah, and there was like 20 bikes, a bunch of stolen stuff, I'm sure, and then a baby stroller, and I was like, "Oh dear."
And did you say there was a lawnmower in the mix? too?
Yeah. I'm sure. Like, I'm not sure who's mowing what out there, but
Yeah, because there's no grass out there to be mowed by any means.
this a lot of stuff didn't make sense. But in a perfect world, we'd have places for all these people. And like I said, the mental health issues, the substance use disorder that's going on out there. But some of the people don't want help, and I say that now because if you'd asked me when I was in my active addiction, I did though. Well, and I didn't until my liver stopped. And my liver shut down, a kidney shut down. Then I was like, all right, well, maybe I should probably get some help. But up until then, there's no way in hell you could have made me stop drinking.
Right.
Still not an alcoholic. Not going to happen to me.
For me, I mean, I didn't realize I had a problem till about a year before I actually got arrested. My whole life, I'm like, I ain't got no problem. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I can relate to that. The whole life is falling apart. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Everybody drinks.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody smokes a little crack on the weekends. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm doing it all the time.
Right.
The drinking I do, but now I'm driving.
Right.
Anymore.
I drink after work, but the crack I smoke on the weekends.
Yeah, and that's fine because I reward myself.
Right.
It makes sense to me.
Exactly.
So it's not that they don't want it. But I just think that they could live much. Well, I know for a fact that they could live much more productive lifestyle. But once you get that first in you, and then you get the hope out the window, and everything's going against you, and you just see the same stuff every day. And then there's people out there that they love it. Like, they're living their best life. And I even said that to the guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." It's like they don't want a house. They don't want a job. They want to do just what they're doing.
And we've seen some pretty well-built
Elaborate.
elaborate tarp houses out
Yeah,
there.
there were.
I mean, I was actually impressed. a little bit.
Yeah, some of it was pretty nice. I was like, dang.
I would like to say that after seeing the video that you made, I feel like it totally eclipsed the positivity that is happening out there in the Pines.
Explain that.
The whole reason we went out there was just to, document the good that's happening out there too. And I just felt like the coverage totally eclipsed what was happening. And nothing? Absolutely nothing?
No.
We need a rolling drum roll.
Man,
There we go.
Took
That's what I was
long
looking
enough.
for. I couldn't find it. I don't know. I couldn't find it. Yeah, good one, Mitch. Yeah, we also
We all got your ass.
yeah. we did look at the clips today too.
Yeah. Got a couple good
tried to.
pictures of it.
Yeah, I think it's BS. I think it's some Obama made up. So yeah, Trump's
Sleepy
and Biden
Joe.
working together. It's conspiracy. Because seriously, it all started with my drone. Because I took my drone out to the Pines, which before we left, I got on this site called Aloft, which you go on there and then you get approval from the FAA. Yeah, it's your boy right here. Got approval from the FAA to fly my drone in that zone till 11:30 a.m. We get out there. It's 9:15. Take the drone up. I hit a wall. Like, your shit just won't go anymore. It's like restricted zone. So that's some bullshit. It's Trump and it's Biden. They're working together. This whole conspiracy
I can see that.
about this eclipse And it's Obama's fault too. And it starts with the drone. Then they're going to take my guns.
It's their Death
I don't own
Star
any guns.
that they have out there. Elon's Death
Yup.
Star, and they're like, "Oh
Into
no,
the world.
this is accident. We can't maneuver it away. What are we going to do? Let's just tell them it's an eclipse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get everybody excited."
Really,
I can see that.
It's the Saskatchewan aliens coming to take their their Earth back to get their
Those
gold
are
minerals.
Indians, I think, but
Oh,
okay.
I don't think so. No,
If I could spell that, I would Google it.
that's
right
one of
now.
the aliens. They got different tribes of aliens that they. Yeah, they're cool people, but they're just like us.
The Saskatchewan aliens.
It sounds like a Canadian.
You're getting
tribe.
close. You're getting close to saying it, Mitch. But
I almost got beat up by this kid for snoring, but I was like 4 times his size. So I mean, yeah.
That was during the eclipse. got kind of dark out there. I was like, "It's time to go home already."
well, I looked out there and you were like,
That's a pain. It was easier just to lick them all.
it's like okay, sure we're doing that. No, Mitch, you took your sunglasses and you took your phone behind it and you kind of used that as like a screen, which worked out pretty well.
So I was playing with the exposure on the iPhone because we have iPhone 15,
Damn,
yeah, Pro Max.
Balda out of control.
I know.
I know.
But anyway, it got a pretty good picture, but then I was like, I wonder if I just got like it's a little bit more like coverage on there. So I put my sunglasses on there, and I don't know if it's because maybe being polarized helped. I don't really think it was. I think it was just a little bit of tint, and then it ended up doing a pretty decent picture at the end. At the beginning, like when it wasn't covered as much, the moon or whatever, Death Star, over the Saskatchewan sun, it didn't make much of a difference. But as more moon covered the sun, it started to look pretty good. So yeah, I posted those online. So
Dude, my son was God. Like they're like she
Adam?
that shouldn't have happened. Like it.
What?
I don't know how. You know what I mean? Like
How'd he get in here?
who let him in?
Adam's back. Well, thanks, Adam. We'll get back to you on that point. But it was confusing for me the whole side because I was taking my phone and like doing the selfie, so it would
Yep.
shoot past me, and the sun was behind me, and it looked just like a sun.
Yeah.
Showed it
Yeah.
to Justin. Said, "Look," Justin's like, "Yeah, that
I got a
looks
few of them like
100%
that.
sun."
That was my first picture when you guys were like, when I go out there and I'm trying to see it, and you use your iPhone, and I put my iPhone in it. I'm like, looks just like the sun. I was like, I can see more of the eclipse just by looking at it, which you're not supposed to do. So I permanently damaged my.
Don't say that. Don't make it public. Now the insurance is going to skyrocket for us. Thanks,
Damn it,
Mitchell.
Mitch.
Those
He's
idiots
going
look
to
at the
ruin
sun.
shit.
That's why we can't have nice things around here.
It's one of the
True.
reasons.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I wonder. Go back to Adam's point. I wonder if there are glasses, because when you put the glasses in the UV, whatever it is, then you can see different things, right? What if there were glasses where we could see ghosts?
There's a story
What?
about the original, like military night vision, the green light glasses.
Yeah.
So originally it wasn't that, and I don't have all the details on it, but this was back in, I think, Vietnam, and they had a new night vision out. Well, there were these like helicopters flying over, like a whole bunch of them for this mission, and this one guy on a gun on the side just starts going ham on something, freaking out, like, they're over here. They're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, the demons, they're flying. And then another airplane guy from another helicopter starts shooting in the same direction, and then on the radio, and then like a whole bunch of them, and so they were seeing like these strange flying creatures, and then all of a sudden, the government made those illegal and came out with these green light, different, like what they use now is when they came out with that technology. Now, there's also the story that the chemical used inside of those was leaking out and was highly toxic. But that sounds like a conspiracy theory to me. They don't want us to know that we have visual technology that can see behind the veil.
If you were the guy that's like 10 steps ahead of the president, because president, people are like, oh, he knows everything. No, he doesn't. If you were that guy, the real guy in charge, and you were like, hey, I got these glasses. Now we can see dead people. Would you release that to the public?
No.
You probably just put a cap on my ass. All right, got rid of that. Nothing to see here, folks.
Yep.
This is what they do.
What about you, Justin? If you're the head guy in charge, would you release the glasses to the peoples?
Yeah, sure. As a training thing to
Okay.
what it would look like
For people
as if you
who
were-
drink Kool-Aid because they
you were
want to die
using
and catch
meth.
the Halley's Comet across the universe, you're going to give those people the glasses.
No,
See these preacher people who marry like 85 wives and get everybody to kill themselves and give them the money. You're going to have those people have control of glasses that can see dead people.
you see, you cut me off. I said I would allow them.
So you're
underneath-
going to... No.
underneath a controlled test subject environment, so that way people could see what it was like to use meth and see shadow people. You ever seen shadow people?
Yeah, when I was detoxing.
I'm going to ghost hunt once or something. I don't know.
I've seen shadow people wide awake.
I mean, I have. I saw a lot back when I was detoxing and withdrawing.
That's called hallucinations.
Well, is it?
Yeah.
I saw a Brady Bunch in my house.
See?
There's some alcohol detox. But I knew it wasn't there. I knew it was fake.
Oh, but when you're in meth, you're convinced it's real.
Yeah, I don't have any experience with that.
I have lots of experience with that.
I'm sorry, Justin.
So-
you can help people one day with your story.
Yeah.
Along the glasses story, and you brought up the president. Mm-hmm. So Jimmy Carter, one of his biggest things, because UFOs were like a big thing back then.
They wouldn't show him anything.
Well, his whole thing was, when I get into presidency, I'm going to have them disclose everything.
Damn.
And then he told them he became the president, and then he just brought him this file. And nobody knows what it says but him and the people that gave it to him. But they brought him this file, and he looked at it, and he cried for 45 minutes. And then immediately after that was like, nope, we're not doing the disclosure thing anymore.
He's still alive, Jimmy Carter, right?
Yeah.
He's like on his deathbed, though, or in hospice or something, I think.
Yeah, something like that. He was
We should
building,
reach out to him and get him on the show.
Yeah. He was building houses for, I think, what is that? Habitat for Humanity until he was like in the 90s or something like that.
I think you only have to build, like, once you get a house from him, you only got to do so much work back. So I don't know why he would do that so much. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean.
On that lifetime
I wish I could
presidential
get one of
salary.
those houses.
Me too, right?
I was born with mine, but I'm glad I can identify it now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It'd be fun. No,
I'm
like,
not saying nothing to that.
well, someone I know had a pretty good idea about people who are unhoused or whatever. If you, let's just say you ran a campground, you're going to need people to mow the yard, to take people's money, to whatever. So, like, why couldn't you just open up a campground and be like, look, these 5 lots, you can live here, or however many, and it's cool, but you got to do the trash pickup. You have to clean the pool. You have to, like, give them duties to do around there all year. And then in the winter, when people aren't there, okay, your job is to make sure this is closed up, or I don't know. Like, doesn't that seem like a pretty good idea?
Well, I think they tried that during COVID out in California with a couple
Man,
motels.
don't bring up bullshit in California.
with the homeless, and they were letting them live there for rent free and everything, and all they did was trash it.
Well, this isn't rent free. This is like you have to clean up your space. Like, you actually have people keeping you in. Well, I don't want to do it. Well, boom, you're gone.
Like pay your way.
And then again, I think a lot of people are on hard times,
Right.
you know, and with the property tax going on, like, dude, Michigan has one of the shadiest freaking property tax ever. And I don't know if a lot of people know about it or not, but it is horrible. And the way they can just raise your junk, whatever they want, pretty much. Oh, there's a certain amount. No, they'll fucking whatever. They'll do whatever. And it's caused people to be homeless, straight up.
I don't want just anybody raising my junk.
I don't. That's why I don't want to own a home. So I never had to pay property tax.
Well, they still jack up the rent. 'Cause
Who do you think pays that property tax when you rent?
yeah.
Why do you think it goes
Either
up
way.
$50 every month or every year?
Yeah, that's why. But they, I don't know. But anyway, back to my point is the campground thing. These people, they work there. It's part of their job to keep it up.
Because like that one dude that we met today would fit that bill perfectly.
He would love it. He'd have his dogs out there.
A whole breeding program.
Yep. He'd get himself a little job. He'd have a fence to keep his dogs in. It's good to go. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with that? That's a pretty good idea. And then the other people that are out there doing drugs or whatever, they wouldn't be there. Because they actually, have to work. And they wouldn't want to do that. You know, but here's an opportunity for somebody to get back on their feet in some kind of way, at least in a living environment. And not that they'd have to put in 40 hours a week, but hey, here's your chore. Here's what you have to do every night. I don't care if you're tired. 10 o'clock, you go around and pick up everybody's trash.
Right.
8 a.m., whatever. You know, like, that's your chore. That's what you have to do. If you can't do that, you don't live here.
I think that goes back to something you've said about people in recovery too. Is if you treat them like children, they're going to act like children. Treat them like adults, they're going to act like adults. Mm-hmm. So give them some adult responsibilities.
Yeah, and most of them that are on the hard luck times, like, they would welcome that in a heartbeat. They would be like, "Oh my God, that's awesome! I'll do it twice a day."
We're even the people out there, you know, they go to the campsites that look like hell and be like, "You guys are out of here. We're coming in. We got a truck right here. We're throwing all your stuff in the truck. We're taking you to jail. It's illegal to camp here anyways. You guys ain't keeping the property clean."
Then where are they going to go, Justin?
To jail.
No, I don't know. I don't think that's a great idea. But
And I got to pay for them to live?
you're paying for it, whether somebody's in the jail or not. They're putting somebody in that room for something. But the problem, I think that, you know, they could go through, or maybe we should ask them why they don't, with the drug dogs to the part where they know there's drugs. You know, is it because, I don't know, you know, like have a meth sniffing dog. That would be nuts, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Got the whole wrong stuff.
Probably have a stroke.
It'd be bad.
It'd be like
It would be bad.
this way, that way, this way. This.
Like, damn it, this is the 8th tent you've looked in, and ain't nothing in here.
It would be no different than all the.
No, it'd
Drug
be
stuff
fiending
dogs
for
in the
more.
80s.
It'd be like, "Well, I want some more. Where's that? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Right over here." But no, if they went through, there was some drug dog. I mean, just clean up the crime and that, you know. But for the person that's out there just hard on luck, man, I think that would be a great idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much campsite does cost. Because isn't there like some rule you can only camp at one site for like 2 weeks, and you got to move over?
It depends on the campground. State campgrounds, some are a week, some are 2 weeks.
We should do that. We should, you know, that guy we talked to today was Dustin.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's his name.
We should get a hold of him and then make him do like podcast interviews with local campers every week. And then we could play it on the podcast. Like that's what he has to do for us. And then we'll get it sponsored by
Give
name
him
of
a job.
pizza place, Chinese pizza.
Mitch was all about some Chinese pizza about an hour ago.
I was saying Chinese. I was thinking cheese.
Good cover up.
Yeah. But that would be a good idea. And then he could, you know, do the Chinese pizza report from the whatever campground when we get him a thing at. I don't know. Traverse City, though, I bet they got some bougie prices on those campgrounds.
I haven't rented a campground in like a decade.
And most of them don't allow tents anymore. A lot of them don't. They're RV spots.
Well, there's a lot of RV
resorts,
spots,
though.
but
Yeah.
there's like the state campgrounds still have, like in the rustic campground in Interlaken. I don't know about the one over by the bay. They still have places where you can, you know, put your tents up. And I don't know, like 3 nights, I paid like $26.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But that is a rustic campground, so like your amenities was a porta potty. Nice one, but a porta potty.
Was better than the log in the woods.
Yeah, well, I don't know, some don't.
Yeah,
agree
some of us
with
it's
that.
all right, you know.
Well, I have to wrap this podcast up, you gentlemen. I just wanted to come in and do a little something. It was 5 years ago. 2 days ago, I did the first podcast with 217 Recovery. So we finally hit the 5-year mark with the podcast. So that was kind of a big deal.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. But we'll talk more about that next time.
On the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode.
Later.
So we'll set it up. Oh, bye.
Oh,
We're done.
okay.
See ya.
Peace out. Getting kicked out.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. We hope you come back for our next episode.